What's up? What's up?
Chilling, killing, you know.
Chilling. Hey, you guys. This is Hooper, and I'm gonna let him share his story with you guys today. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber, but he's my friend before that. So who are you? Where are you from? What's your story?
My name is Hooper. I grew up in the Bronx.
What part of the Bronx, though?
South Bronx, 3rd Avenue, Patterson Projects. Yeah, 1998 I moved up here. There was a death in our family. And I moved upstate to Franklin, New York. Yeah.
How old were you when you moved here?
12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Did you hate it immediately?
Yeah, immediately.
So different.
I grew up from being in a big city to a small town, and I was one of fucking five black people in the whole town.
5 black people.
And
yeah.
the other 4 got on at the same bus stop as me. So
I really want you to talk about your addiction and how that started for you. Were you an alcoholic first?
I started off with alcohol.
Yeah.
When I was 15, I remember stealing a 12-pack of Heineken. That was probably one of the first times I really got drunk. Got wasted with a bunch of friends, passed out like in the lawn. One of my cousins one time gave me some Secret 7. I drank like the whole bottle of that.
Oh my God, were you so sick?
Oh yeah, I threw up all over the place.
Oh, I would've got so freaking sick.
All over.
Oh,
but I mean, as life went on, started doing pot, like started smoking pot with friends, started doing acid, started doing shrooms, started doing coke.
How old were you when you started doing coke?
Cocaine. Started doing coke first time probably about 15 to 16 years old with a friend. His dad was selling drugs, so just kind of threw us some.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Not a good dad.
He was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
He's a nice man.
He's a nice man. So were you in foster care?
Yes, I was in foster care. We moved up here with family. We moved up here because of the death of my mother. And so we moved up here with my dad and with like my uncles, stuff like that. I did not like the family. And then my father had actually passed away when I was 16. So I just did everything I could to get myself kicked out of there and got placed into the foster care system.
Was that really hard?
I loved foster care.
Did you?
I loved foster care. Everyone has these bad experiences about it. Mine was actually great. Probably because like I wasn't a troubled kid. I went to a counselor because of my issues with my mom.
Right.
But I just...
Your mom passed away when you were 8.
No, she passed away when I was 12. She passed away when I was 11.
11,
It was right,
okay.
yeah, right before my 12th birthday when we moved up here. So it really just happened very sporadically.
It's funny that you say that foster care, you didn't have a negative experience with foster care because...
There was a couple homes that I couldn't stand. I did not want to go there because just like, you could tell like when certain people are in it for the paycheck and you know, like either they were just too hard on you or they didn't care what you did.
Yeah.
But my foster care experience, when I was finally, the home that I left, like when I moved out and everything like that, my foster parents were great to me. They were always kind, they were caring people.
Good.
So I was lucky enough to have a good home.
I had a positive experience with foster care too. My daughter was placed in foster care and they were amazing people.
Really?
And then eventually I got her back. So I'm glad that you had a positive experience too.
That's good for you.
So, that's good for you.
No. I mean, like, it's really good. Like, it's good to hear that this is like something happened because like, you hear horror stories.
You do, and I did when I was working to get her back.
Right.
So I know you went to prison.
Yes.
And walk me through that because you were older when you went to prison.
Walk you through what? Why or?
Why you went to prison and what led up to your arrest and how you dealt with going to prison at 33. 4. 30-ish.
Yeah, in 30s. Yeah, my 30s going. Yeah, 34 in prison. I was using alcohol and cocaine a lot.
Every day?
Yes, on a daily basis. Didn't see the problem with it, you know, half gram here, half gram there, full gram here, 8-ball there. Was a rock star.
They kind of go hand in hand though, you know?
Yes.
So you don't think anything of it. Like,
100%.
Just a little bit of coke.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, it got down to the point where I was using all the time, and you know, you get a better deal if you could buy a little bit more in bulk, so I would go ahead and help out a buddy here and there. And along one day, I guess I helped out the wrong person. Wasn't my buddy at all. I ended up getting arrested for 2 sealed indictments, both for a half gram of coke.
So for those of you that don't know, a sealed indictment is where they have evidence of him, a hand-to-hand transaction. That's usually what a sealed indictment means. Did they have that on you, like
Yes.
photographs and?
They just had the places, and they showed me the bags. I knew it was me.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it was me.
So when you got arrested, how did that go down?
Me and a friend were going into work, and as soon as I got out the car, here comes the cops coming around the back of the building, and they're telling me that they have a warrant for my arrest.
At work.
At work.
How much money did you have on you when you got arrested?
$12.
$12. So you guys, I read the papers, and I'll show his mugshot, but I read the papers and they made him out to be a kingpin. You sold a little bit to a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm not downplaying it. He totally broke the law. He shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah.
But they made him out to be this like huge drug dealer that had all this money, and it was just horrible the way the newspapers here made it out to seem, because he's not that person.
You saw the bags and all
Yes.
the money and everything,
In
like
every
lines cut up.
Every article is like, here's this kingpin, Christopher Hooper, with all this stuff, and it's
They also didn't put how I was a first-time offense.
first time offender. Okay, so let's go with that. You're a first time offender, 34 years old. What was your sentence as a first time offender selling a little bit of coke?
Everything said and done with the plea that I took, because like I basically just took a plea to get down to guilty, because they were
Yeah.
threatening 7 years on each indictment.
Right, it's very hard to take things to trial, and they intimidate you and they scare you. We're gonna put you in prison forever.
Yeah.
Take this plea or you're never gonna get out. Sorry, go ahead.
No. They ended up giving me, my actual sentence ended up being 2 to 3 years, 1 post, so 1 year parole with a shock recommendation.
Shock recommendation.
Yes.
So they're not gonna guarantee you shock.
No.
So in New York State, they have what is called shock. That is like a boot camp type thing where you can get out earlier. 90 days?
180.
180 days.
6 months.
Right. So would you can pick it up.
That's
I can
all right.
edit shit
No,
out.
it's fine.
Okay. Would you call yourself a drug addict at that time?
At that time, I would say that I had an issue.
Yeah.
I had an issue of what was going on. Like, yeah, in a way I was using a lot, but I didn't see the problem of it. I still went to work every day.
Right. So you weren't selling drugs to make money, to live like a kingpin.
No, I sold drugs to another person so I can get drugs for myself
Right.
instead of spending my hard-earned money, because I had rent and everything else, you know.
It's just my personal opinion that if you're using drugs, you need treatment. You don't need prison. Prison seriously ruins your freaking life. So you go to prison. What was your first day like? What were you thinking in that moment? Like, oh shit, this is happening. I'm walking in prison. Were you scared?
When I walked into, like, you know, first you go to county, so county's nothing. I was there for 2 weeks, and then they brought me to prison. Sat in like the reception area downstairs for, I don't know, 6 hours.
6
just
hours.
waiting around to get inside the building.
Wind.
And when I got in there, it was intimidating as all hell. The Elmira prison, where they send you when you first get there, it's like a giant hallway. 40 cells, 40 single cells on one side, 40 single cells on another side, 4 stories tall. So it's just this big giant
Yep.
locker room of cells, everyone in bars, and everyone's screaming and yelling, and things are flying.
Banging on the doors.
Oh yeah.
Was that scary?
It was intimidating.
Intimidating?
It was intimidating as all hell.
That's the word men use. I'm sorry. I keep saying, is it scary? Intimidating, because, you know, he's a man.
Yes, it was intimidating. It wasn't scary, it was intimidating.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
But yeah, it definitely not knowing what to do, you know, after I was a number.
They call you inmate?
Yeah. Yep. inmate 18B2316. That's me.
It's a number you'll never forget,
No.
ever. It's ingrained in there. So the shock recommendation,
Yes.
how long after you got to Elmira did they give you shock? Didn't you try?
I got shock. It must have been a week in where they showed me the video, and they were like, "Oh, it's a possibility."
The Priya video?
No, they show you Priya. I watched the Priya video like 18,000 times.
It's so awkward, isn't
yeah,
it?
it really is. But the shock video, like that's just like for people that could be eligible for shock.
Okay.
They showed it to me probably like a week in, not knowing how long I would actually have to be there, and then after 2 weeks, they actually were like, "Okay, you made draft and you're getting taken out."
So how long did you have to sit before you actually went into shock? Did you answer that?
The program itself?
Right.
So the initial 2 weeks in Elmira, then I was placed in A1 and shock up in Brockton for I was probably at A1 for a week, and then 2 more weeks in F1, another house, and then I started the program. So let's say, was that 5 weeks total? Yeah.
5 weeks.
5 weeks total.
So what is your life like now? Because you are a convicted felon.
Yes.
Is it harder? Was it harder to find a job? Was it harder to rebuild your life?
Honestly, I can't say that my life's harder. Knowing that it's harder, yes. I lucked out where I haven't had the position where I have to put down on paper that I'm a convicted felon. People know that I am, but I'm lucky enough I came back to the town I was arrested in, and everyone knows who I am anyway. I serve tables, I bartend, people know who I am, they know I'm really good at my job. And a lot of people
love
knew.
you. You have like the best personality. You're like a cartoon character. Like everyone loves you.
Oh, stop.
Oh, stop. So what are your hopes and goals? So you've only been out of prison for
Since April 4th.
April 4th. So how long has that been? I don't even know where I am. I don't know what day it is.
It's the
2
29th.
months.
It's July 29th, right? Yeah. Yeah. July
So-
29th. So it's almost 4
4
months. Yeah, almost 4 months.
And you have a place, you have a job.
Yep. I have 2 jobs, serving tables, and I'm probably the only non-drinking bartender in Oneonta. I do that
So-
for weddings.
You also have 343 days sober today.
Yes.
So how do you
343.
do that? You're a bartender.
I have money. So I don't drink anymore. It's crazy because now where I used to get done work with a bunch of money in my pocket and drink half a bottle of Jameson away.
Yep.
Now I go home. I put my money into my home. I put money into my savings accounts. I shop online.
I shop
I
online.
do. It's crazy now. I'm
That's
waiting
so
for a
funny.
sweatshirt.
Is it my merch that you're waiting for? Don't lie.
No, it's not.
Never gonna happen.
Jess.
Doesn't say Jess.
I should.
My face. Can you imagine walking on the street
That's
with my
next
face?
tattoo.
Dude, I'll pay any amount of money to get my face on your
You
arm.
let me know.
He dead ass would.
I would.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I couldn't let you.
But
do it.
yeah, I mean, besides that, like the things I'm trying to work on right now, I'm trying to meet my year goal of being sober. Something I thought I would never do.
So close.
Yeah. It's the most asked question on my Google, like
Yeah.
always. I almost had a issue the other night, but a good friend of mine, my best friend, he decided to.
He's behind the camera.
He decided to talk me out of it, so I was about ready to go in.
I bet you're gonna have so many moments like that, and I'm so proud of you to muscle through that. And I'm glad that you have Vinny. Can I say your name?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you have Vinny because you can call him and he helps you through that, you know? So I'm not worried about you. I know you have a good support system and you're gonna do amazing.
I have tons of people that love me and like care for my well-being.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky enough to have that support system, and I'm really strong-minded. Like, like I would say, like, for anyone that does shock, if you weren't strong-minded, don't do it. Like, I definitely met people that were weak and they did not make the program.
Right, so shock is that boot camp thing.
Yeah.
I would sit for 2.5 years. Like, I know I don't want to do physical therapy. I'm not trying to run like a deer. Like, I would fail. I know I would.
Over 250 miles that we ran. Sometimes that would be 10 at a clip, you know, just
No.
2 hours of running. Plus all the regular workouts, 45 minutes workouts every morning, plus your 1 mile, 2 mile, who knows, 10-mile run.
Do they tell you you're gonna run 10 miles or no?
There's one time they tell you you're gonna run 10
That's like
miles.
a mental.
That's your captain's run. Like, that's what you have to do.
That's a mind fuck though. Just
Yeah.
start running. We'll tell you when to stop.
Yeah, you never knew when you were gonna run. There was times I fell out the run.
Oh my god.
Like,
Do
there's
they? Are they
times-
mad at you for doing that?
Oh yeah, I almost lost my program.
If you fall out,
Yeah.
not even like it's not your fault. They don't care.
You couldn't hack it. You know, you'll pay for it in another way. You're gonna work out. You're gonna pay for it.
That sucks. So are you on parole still?
I am on. Right now, I am 4 months into my parole.
How's that going?
It goes great. My parole officer, I don't know much about him. He leaves me alone because I don't mess up. That's why I stay sober. I just stay to myself. I get home from work. I go home. I'm inside when I need to be, and for that, he leaves me alone. And I figure I have a year. If this is what I have to do to get done, then so be it.
Are you planning on staying sober forever?
I think when I'm done with this, I think that I deserve a big dinner. And all my close friends and family, anyone that, mostly close friends, like 21 and older, we probably go ahead and have a few drinks of celebration. But then I think after that I'm gonna restart the ticketer and just practice not drinking, at least. The drinking, there wouldn't have been the cocaine if there wasn't the drinking.
Right.
Like, those two went
They
hand in
fed
hand
off
for
of
me.
each
Yeah.
other.
Like, I quit, like, I'm not gonna say I quit smoking weed, but like, I stopped smoking weed a long time ago. Like, I coughed all the time. I just
So
got
you
old.
feel better
I
now
feel
that you're...
I feel great. I feel amazing now.
You know, for me, I would like lie to myself, like, oh, just make it to noon and then you can go get high. Make it to a year and then you can go get high. So I feel like you're doing that with yourself. Like, I'm gonna celebrate maybe and then restart it. Like,
Yeah, because I don't think I'll ever say that I'm gonna never drink again. I think that's asinine to say. Just because, I mean, what? There's a when he says I'm gonna get married and what? I'm not gonna have a drink. What? It's like,
is Vinny gonna marry you?
yeah.
That's gonna be
He'll be
epic.
my minister and my DJ.
Our friend is an ordained minister and it's hilarious. Are you gonna come say hi? Please come say hi.
Say hi.
This is my friend Vinny.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Vinny.
What's up?
Louder.
My boy right here.
Bromance.
I
Do you
will
want me
so
to
marry
leave?
him. I look like an ordained minister.
No, you don't.
He's a DJ,
Be
ordained
good.
minister. Hire him. I'll leave his information down below. Okay, is there anything else that you want to tell us before I let you go?
That you're better than what you think you are. I mean, just words that I always try to do. Like on my YouTube, I just try to say positive things, just because I feel like maybe like there's just someone out there having a damn day and
Yeah.
just needs a moment to talk about it, or someone else just doesn't understand them. Like, growing up a foster kid, I felt that at certain times, like, people didn't understand the way I felt.
Yeah.
They didn't get it. Like, you know, like being a drug addict, people didn't get how it was rough to go ahead and be addicted to any substance. Now I'm still an addict. It doesn't change. I get what they say, like, you're never gonna stop being an addict. I get addicted to other things. Right now, I've been addicted to online shopping. I get addicted to running because now I run.
That's a good addiction.
Yep,
It
it's a healthy
is.
addiction. I
Releases
try
endorphins.
to take healthy risks now and do anything that's possible to help others. I try to be kind because the world's a horrible place, I feel sometimes, and people get played. So if you can just be positive for a few minutes, it helps other people. But
I think it's a mental exercise that you have to be aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts turn into your actions. And if you can train your mind to see the good in everything, you're gonna live a much better life. Would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely would.
Do you
because I concur. But yeah, I mean, it's just to focus on good, and life's rough. I just hate it sometimes. Just like the negative things. You read the paper. There's never anything positive in there. You go on Facebook.
We're starting a happy newspaper. It's gonna be called the Happy Happy Newspaper.
They're gonna think it's about weed.
Puppies were born today. Cars drive by, no incident.
6 kittens didn't get run over today. I don't know. I just try to encourage a little bit of positivity. And my mom always told me, you treat people the way you want to be treated. So like I tell you what, there's a lot more good people out there than there is bad. Some people are just genuinely nice, and I just try to feed off that. Hopefully I make someone else's day better. They can make someone else's day better. You know, go down the line.
And you see that, like, he's so happy and he's so positive. I'm a huge fan of yours. And I'm very happy that you started YouTube. I watch every single video. They're so positive.
And you're always the first one to reply.
I'm always the first one. So I'm gonna leave all of Hooper's information in the description box of this video. Let's leave him some encouraging words and let him know he did a really good job. He's new. He's new to this thing.
I'm new. Be
All right,
nice.
give me a hug. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. I can't wait until you're 5 years sober.
Oh shit.
10 years sober. You can do it. You're gonna complete parole, no problem, and you're not gonna have that beer.
Maybe not.
It's a thing.
Maybe
it's a
not.
mental thing.
My Heineken Zeros.
My Heineken Zeros. All right, you guys, stay safe, stay sober, leave Hooper some encouraging words, and I will see you in my next one.
Bye.